Hello, I would like to show you a sample application that is built on OutSystems that delivers capabilities around order management and invoicing. Before I start, let's take a look at the architecture of this application. So this order management application is actually custom built by one developer in 4 weeks, and it offers a user experience that is both web responsive as well as mobile native, as well as integration with SAP and Salesforce. The integration could be really switched for any other ERP and CRM that you might be using. Now, with this application, there is a couple of user stories that can be achieved. I will take you through one of them. For instance, here my sales representative will be able to log in to the web application and get access to all of his sales performance and metrics, as well as the opportunities from Salesforce. And he can see his orders in flight that are either collecting signature or being reviewed and whatnot. All the orders are fully tracked and can be searched along the way. Now, one of the typical items that my salesperson will do is really to pick up one of the opportunities that he's working on, reviewing the order information as well as the customer information, and this is directly pulled from the CRM, and build the order form. And so here I'm selling a couple of items with a certain discount level. All of these validations and calculation can be built in OutSystems very easily and visually. And once I save my order, I will be able to preview the workflow that is going to happen. And here, in instance, once I submit for approval, I will kick off an order approval workflow that will take this order form and submit it to my manager, and that's where my manager will be able to review it and maybe sign it and approve it. And following that, we will close the opportunity in Salesforce, and we will submit the order into SAP or the finance system so we can trigger the collection process. All right, so this application, before I move on and show you the manager view, is actually a responsive application. So we build it once with OutSystems, and the users can use it from any tablet or device, as well as another user experience that we're offering to the manager that will allow him to interact in offline scenarios and using the device capability. Also, in global organizations where you have multiple localization and multiple languages, you can build these apps to be fully localized to the market and using the language. And OutSystems platform allows you to do that even by switching the whole format from left to right. All right, so I will move on to the manager and how he can approve the order from a mobile device. So I am projecting my phone screen on the laptop, and you can see here on the top that I have received a push notification telling me that there is a new order to approve. And once I click on it, it will automatically open the native application that we have built with OutSystems for both iOS and Android, and will allow the manager to log in to perform review and order approval. Again, you can really leverage native device capabilities such as facial recognition or fingerprint, and this you can do it easily by drag and dropping when you're building the apps. Resuming the manager interaction. So when the manager actually opens the application on his device when there is network, we will synchronize all the order details that he has to approve, and he can act on them straight away. He can review the details and can see the products within that order. And what he can also do, he can save these orders for later, and then he can work on them once he's offline, because we can build offline application with OutSystems. So for instance, here I will approve this order, and I'll also approve the other order. Okay, so now going back to my sales representative, and let's switch back to English. The sales representative, once he actually refreshes the page, as you can see here, he can see that the order has been approved, and now he has either to upload the signed document, so he can download the order form that the platform has generated, and this is the invoice to be sent to the customer for signature. But if the customer would like to sign digitally, he can, as a salesperson, I can go and meet my customer, and I have to find the order that I would like to sign with them. So let's look for our order 668. This is the latest one. And I can ask the customer to sign on glass, to sign on the tablet straight away. All right, so this is again using native capabilities that the customer can do, and I collect the signature digitally. And then finally, automatically, we will submit the order straight to the back office, and actually automatically it will update SAP. And that's how we can build a fully efficient workflow around order creation, approval, updating the backend system, the CRM, as well as the ERP, fully with low code. What you can also do is, of course, keep the system alive and keep updating it. So imagine my customer here will say, I would like to have, please add supplier info. And so this is a change request that business submits to IT quite often. And what you usually do is that you struggle with implementing this in native technologies, and it takes you a long time. And so with OutSystems, we have, of course, the capability, and our big differentiator is to build these applications fast, but also change them even faster. So what I'm doing here, I'm actually logging into my project management tool. And as a developer, I'll be able to see this feedback that came in, asking me for supplier information. And I can open the project in development environment. And I can quickly go and change or implement that feature and deliver it to the business within record time. So what's happening now on the screen is we are opening the Visual Studio of OutSystems, and this will open straight away the project visually. You'll see it's a visual project, and will open the screen that I can go ahead and modify. Right, so it's connecting my dev environment. It has opened the project. It will download the latest version of the project. It will also check the dependencies and what other modules are depending on this one. So you have a full governance with the platform. Whenever you change a small module for one of your systems, the impact is analyzed, and you can see all of that before you deploy. So you minimize the testing, you minimize the deployment effort that you have to do on the platform. All right, so this is a screen where the feedback has been submitted. As you can see, my screen is visually designed. I also have the workflow for the order approval and fulfillment that is visually designed. I can design my logic where I have the integration to systems like SAP or even perhaps Salesforce through visual drag and drop. Let me also show you the data modeling, so we can model databases and then visually deploy these data models into the system. So for instance, here we are asked to add a supplier information that we can consume from an external table, and I can visually see what's the supplier table and the relationship to the product. And when it comes to building the screens themselves, OutSystems has a full set of automation that allows me to quickly really drag and drop, for example, a database table, and the platform will automatically create for me a responsive list screen for the suppliers. And if I drag and drop again, it will allow me to create a responsive detail screen that I can, of course, take a look at and I can modify and see how it behaves. For instance, right here I'm seeing the supplier form to create or update suppliers. Perhaps I would like to add some Google Maps integration. We offer you a library of components. You can build also your own components, and these components are all visual drag and drop. So for example, here I'll just drag and drop the the Google Maps widget, and I will map here the supplier address and then publish. With the click of a button, the platform will store a new version. It will compile the server side and client side code as necessary, and then will deploy the application on the development server. And as a developer, I can test it and see my work right away. And if I'm happy with it, I can push that for the pipeline of DevOps, where it will be pushed to testing, where UAT will run, automated testing will run as well, and then finally push to production. And so as an outcome, you'll be able to put your business requests and business changes in the hand of the users within record time by leveraging the automation and the speed that the OutSystems platform brings to the table. Okay, so my application is deployed. I can now go and preview it, and you will see that we'll have the two new screens that we just added, which is a supplier list and a supplier detail. The data is coming from an external Oracle database, supplier table, that I have already previously integrated with. And on the screen itself as well, we've added a Google Maps widget that is leveraging a third-party provider, of course, like Google Maps, to show the supplier address. Right, so this is my menu item for the suppliers, and I can see here the list of suppliers, and if I open one of them, hopefully it will show also the address on Google Maps. All right, there you have it. So this is just a preview of the capabilities of OutSystems platform. It's a platform to build custom apps very fast, and these applications are complex enterprise applications that can be web, mobile, with workflow integration. And we also help you with a full pipeline of testing, production, monitoring as well on the platform. Thank you.